Yes, my people, it's your boy, Konadu, and welcome back to the Upgrade the Dream video series. Oh man, we've been going on this journey for a little while now, and today in the video series, we are covering confidence and public speaking. I'll be honest, you know what? I don't even like that title. We're covering my baby. My baby, because I told you there's a couple of themes that we're covering in Upgrade the Dream. We're doing personal finance and wealth. You should have already seen that video. We're doing entrepreneurship and business. We're doing careers, and then we're doing my baby. We're doing confidence. We're talking public speaking, communication. I'm coming to your home, my friends. So I want to talk about today, what does it take to build your confidence? What does it take to become a great communicator? And I'll be honest, I'm not going to touch too much on the public speaking element because I want to save some of that for the actual conference. But I want to talk about confidence. I want to talk about what it is, what it means. I want to talk about how we unpack it. And I'm going to start off just by saying this. I keep my things very, very simple. Because what I've learned in life is that confidence is about what you do. Confidence isn't about what you know. Confidence isn't about what you've read. Confidence is about what you do. My friends, I'm taking a new spin on this thing. Confidence is about what you do. Because you know how they often talk about how courage is about how you act in spite of fear. Confidence is very similar. Because it's about what you believe about yourself and then what that forces you to do. So many people talk about the fact that they want to be more confident. They want to become a better public speaker. Maybe they want to get better at communicating with people. Maybe they want to be more confident in how they set their goals. My friends, I'm sorry, I don't have any fancy answers for you. Do it. That's it. That's all I have. Do it. You want to get better and be more confident speaking on the stage? Do it. You want to get better at cooking meals and providing a service for people? Invite people around, be hospitable, set up a dinner date, do it. You want to get better at setting goals? Pick up a pen and paper, go on YouTube and watch a video and do it. Because all of the other things around it, the videos that you can watch, the books that you can read, the people that you can get advice from, they are brilliant and they beef it up. But it doesn't become real until you do it. Public speaking, being a motivational speaker never became real until I did it. And I'll never forget the day that I decided that actually, for this public speaking engagement that I'm being given, I am going to motivate these people. I'm not just going to make up the numbers. My friends, I have never been more nervous in my life. If you go back and you watch my first TED Talk, at the end of the TED Talk, I was reading a poem that I had written on behalf of, to inspire women. I had written it about my mum. And if you look closely at the paper was doing this. Because my hand was so nervous that it couldn't stay still. So when people say, were you confident? It wasn't even necessarily that I was confident, but it was the fact that I was doing it. Because the more that you do it, the more you give yourself the energy and the belief that you need to do it some more. So confidence is about what you do, my friends. Confidence is about you acting. It's not just about you writing things down and you theorizing things in your mind. It's about you taking action. So similar to what I said in the business and entrepreneurship video. Just start. Just do it. Stop waiting on it. Stop talking about it. Sometimes you just got to push yourself out. I will never forget the day I was thinking about, my business. We had been running this business for a year. And I was so excited about the business. I wanted to go full time, but everything else, all the answers around me said it didn't make sense. The business wasn't making enough money. We didn't know enough. We didn't have enough credibility. We didn't have enough sales in the pipeline. I had just been offered a new managerial role and I started a new job. And because of all of the advice that I was getting from people, I said, you know what? Let me just go and do this job. Even though I've got itchy feet right now, maybe people are right. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe I've got to prove the business a little bit more. So I went into this job and I started on my new day. And my manager is sitting down and she's talking to me and she's telling me about all of the great things that I'm going to have responsibility for and how amazing this role is and how excited they are to have me. And all the while she's sitting there talking to me, telling me about all of this new opportunity, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I doing here? What's the point? This whole time I'm sitting here, I can't take my mind off the fact that I've got a business that I want to run. I've got a legacy that I want to create. I've got speaking gigs that I need to go out there and get. What am I doing here? And I'll never forget, I got on the train that day to go home. And I was on the train and I had this vision. I had this vision of myself maybe at like 40 or 50 years old. And my son or my daughter was sitting down next to me. And they turned around to me and they asked me the question, Dad, when you grew up, what was life like? Like, talk to us about what your life was like. And then I realized I had two options. First option is, my answer is, look, my life was great. I built a great career, and that's why you get to live in this lovely house. That's why I get to drive you to work in this lovely car each day. Me and your mum, we sacrificed for you. And option number two was, I then proceed to tell my son or my daughter all of the stories about the adventures that I went on and the legacy that I created and the failures and the successes that I had. And I realized that what was happening is that I was showcasing whether I wanted to live a life of mediocrity or whether I wanted to live a life of greatness. And when I say mediocrity or greatness, I'm not talking about in the end result, because getting yourself a house, getting yourself a lovely car, building a family, for some people, that's perfect, that's brilliant. But I was talking about me. What do I want? Why am I here? What is the legacy I want to leave? And that question alone, it made me so hot and it made me so frustrated. I remember I got off the train and I almost wanted to vomit. And I called my business partner and I went to her house and I said, look, from this day onwards, I'm building this dream. I will not go another day where I'm building or living someone else's dream. I cannot do it. I cannot physically bring myself to do it, my friends. My friends, at the time, if you asked me how confident was I about being an entrepreneur, I probably would have said out of 10, maybe a 3. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't know how to make sales. I didn't know anything about those things. But it wasn't about my ability. It was about my desire. My desire is what made it happen. And so now we're about to be 4 years old. Last year we broke the 100K turnover mark, and we're recruiting more staff members and delivering programs around the country. And me as a motivational speaker, I'm about to do my first personal development conference of the year, my friends. Confidence is about what you do, not about what you read, not about what you said you were going to do, not about what you wrote down. It's about what you actually did. So before we go any further, I'm not about to give you any theories, any things that I need you to break down and write down. I just need you to go and do it. So whatever area in your life you want to be more confident about, do it. And even if you've got to take small steps, if you've got to break it down. For me, I said I wanted to be a motivational speaker, and it started off just by saying, you know what, can I go back to my old primary school? Kids with snot coming down their nose, sitting down, listening to me. Can I go there first? And then I went from that primary school, I went to another primary school. And then from that primary school, I went to a secondary school. And then from that secondary school, I got booked for my first public event. And then from that small event with a small workshop, I started doing more events. And it's the small steps. And then from there, I started doing videos. Confidence is about what you do. So what is it that you can do? I think, in fact, I remember I told you, I always want you, when we're watching these videos, to have a notepad and a pen in hand. Grab your notepad and your pen, and all I want you to do is write down a list of 10 things, 10 steps. 10 steps that you can take in the area that you want to become more confident in. So if you want to be more confident in your relationships, if you want to be more confident in your career, if you want to be more confident in your business, what are 10 steps that you can take and actually go out there and execute? When I say 10 steps, my friends, I don't want you to write down anything about, I'm going to go and do research, then I'm going to go and speak. No, 10 practical things that if I had to pick you up and kick you out the door right now to go and do today, what would you actually do? Remember I said confidence is about what you do. Because what you do, my friends, is what's going to move you forward. It's what's going to help you execute. It's what's going to help you believe in yourself. Right, cool. I've got one more thing to give you. Just one more thing, very, very quickly. And I talk about this all the time. Whenever I'm delivering my training with corporates and high performers, I always talk about this. The fact that when we think about our lives, we often think about our life from the perspective of our results. And results are good. That's how we measure our life. That's great. We've got to think about our results. How much did my business make? What is my job title? Did the client say yes or did the client say no? How much weight have I lost or have I gained, or how much muscle have I built? Results are great. And what happens in our life, often when we want to make changes in our life, because we focus on results, when we want to make changes, we go to our actions. You say, if we imagine results are here, we go to our actions and we say, I need to change my actions in order to change my results. And that's good. That's logical thinking. But remember, I've told you before, everything in this world is created twice. Once in your mind, second in reality. And if that's the case, if you only ever focus on your actions, that means that you're missing out the part where the creation actually takes place. So when we're thinking about confidence, when we're thinking about leadership, when we're thinking about actually you becoming the best version of yourself, I don't just want you to focus on actions. I want you to focus on what sits behind those actions. I've read an incredible book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, and he breaks it down incredibly. I teach it everywhere. I probably need to give him some copyright for the amount of times that I've used this. But I love the fact that when you think about your actions, actually what sits behind that is your beliefs. And what sits behind your beliefs is your philosophy. So you've got your philosophy, you've got your beliefs or your attitude, you've got your actions, you've got your results, and you've got your life. When you want to make changes in your life, don't just look at the actions that you're taking. Look at what's going on behind those. Why do I take these actions? Why do I believe what I believe? And that's why you always hear me recommending books and recommending videos to watch, because actually our life is created by what we believe in here. And what we believe in here is created by what we put in here. So what we put in here is the thing that's going to be the key to our change. The people that you're spending the time with, the words that are being spoken, the books that are being read, the information that you're consuming. So when you want to make changes in your life, when you want to be more confident, I promise you, if there is a person watching this video and you said to me, I want to be more confident, and all I said to you was, listen, unlock your phone and give it to me. I promise you, I can tell you why you're not more confident. I can tell you the areas that you need to improve in. All I say is, unlock your phone and give it to me. Let me see what apps you've got. I say, go to your YouTube and go to your history. Let's just do a scroll down and see what you've been watching. And if I'm seeing a bunch of Love Island, if I'm seeing a bunch of Real Housewives of blah, 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 if I'm seeing a bunch of garbage, and you know what, I'd go even further and say, if I'm seeing a bunch of sport and football, that's great. But you got to ask yourself, on a day-to-day basis, for the amount of time that you spend consuming information, how much of that information is helping you improve? Is helping you become more confident? Is helping you grow? Is helping you learn? So step number one, we've got to do it. If you want to become more confident in a given area in your life, you've got to do it. Step number two, your life is made up of what you believe and your philosophy in here. Let's address these files in order to change our external results. Remember I said internal first, external second. So the books that you read, the information that you consume, the things that you believe about yourself are what govern what you create in your life. If you want to make changes in your life, you've got to start internal first, external second. My friends, it's your boy, Konadu, saying make sure you subscribe, follow online, Konadu, Carl with a C, Konadu with a K, and most importantly, have a good day.